Back again. As I was saying, just if you watch it um, faithfully every day, I mean, I gotta faithfully do this every day. So the universe has to sort of play the game, and it's a matter of, am I ready enough to play this game? But so if anybody wants to continue and watch me tape, then give me a high rating, or make a comment, disagree, agree, get as involved as possible. This is something that you would want your enemy to watch, because if they knew what's going on in their minds, they won't be doing the things they're doing to you. So this is a video you might want to share with your friends and tell them to tell all their friends, because the more people that can see it, the more people that can wrap their brains around a completely different concept, then the world can shift pretty darn fast. And it's free. I'm willing to do it free, but I am thinking of putting donations. I truly feel the next way uh, to earn our living. I'm totally against nonprofit, and I'm totally against this three-tiered system or two-tiered system. If you have different classes within your society, then you're accepting slavery. Because at the end of the day, the guys that got the money keep wanting it cheaper, cheaper, cheaper. The guys doing all the labor are making next to nothing because their wages are going down, their quality of life. So, no matter how we're going to color this picture that slavery's over, guess what? They just got a nice little picture of what it doesn't look like slavery. If we keep the slaves happy, they won't complain. But as you can see, the system always collapses. It's sort of time to get over the mental illness that we're different. Um, Guess what? Nobody, well, maybe a lot of people have a face that kind of looks like mine. Hopefully not so bad, but I've been told I look like a lot of people. Um, but we all look different. There's always something different about us. It's only natural that there'd be a little difference in the skin colors. Like there's white people and white people that are a little darker, but they're still considered white people, but their skin color kind of changes. It's like you've got to have one on the extreme and one on the back. I kind of think the strongest people on the planet, the ones that can grasp this concept the most, the ones that can make impossible happen, would be people of color. Because what happens is if you give somebody enough problem, then they're more motivated to the solution. And if there's more people on the planet motivated towards the solution, then we gain more power. And traditionally, if the one that's experiencing the problem and is motivated to solve it, if we can solve our problems, we're beginning to be masters at problem solving. So that's this little saying is the losers always win. But it's how we win that concerns me, because although there's a lot of information out there and we may not understand it all, and what works for good very easily turns into evil. So you gotta know how to love, and what, like, there's a big long story, but you got to know how to do things right. um, I am against nonprofit, although I'm going to be, I mean, you want to keep this going, donate a penny, 1 penny, and tell your friends. And I'm motivated to do this video, and I'm motivated to make it work. um, in science, you if you develop a concept and you believe in it, then it should be repeated over time, and you should be able to do it at will. You should be able to say, I'm going to do this, poof, it does it. And every time I say I'm going to do this, this, and this happens, then I've got a concept that's hard science. If you follow this rule, you'll make this happen. So um, I'm just a mother on welfare, so it's not like I'm in a science book or anything, but I have had 51 years of experience. And I've had many times where I say, this is what I'm going to do, and it always ends up happening. And most of the time, it's people, well, actually, I think deep down in my soul, although I really, really hate it, but I've developed this neural net that the more of an impossible thing that I can do, and the more people disagree with me, I happen to get the best kick out of it. So, um, I think I've got a lot of information to share that if I can make something happen, I'm pretty sure you can make it happen. So if I don't make it happen, then you'll know why, because I'll explain, how I'm not following through on my own program. This is a follow through thing. This is where you can't contradict yourself. So I'm basically putting myself out into the world and I'm saying, you know what, we're contradicting ourselves. Hardest friggin' thing to do though is notice your own contradictions. So while I think I have a lot of information, the idea is find my contradictions. Um, I, as painful as it's going to be to know I'm wrong about something and know I'm, the biggest idiot on the planet, it's going to be really, really, really painful. So, and part of my disability is um, probably a lot of phobias, a lot of mental illnesses. And from my perspective, it's like, no, this is acting normal, and you're viewing it from a mental illness perspective. So if I prove that there's nothing wrong with me mentally or emotionally, really happy camper, just don't like being on welfare. Um, it is agreeable, though. I will agree that it is a challenge to get off this welfare system because I have a phobia about doing the wrong thing now. And there's very little out there that's doing the right thing. So, and I'm very, very passionate about sharing this information. I don't want to be around preaching this to anybody. And I'll find that as soon as I see a problem, I give my information. I sound like a broken record. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are hating this. So I'm just putting my story out there and all of the information I know in our new economic system. We have to set the example. We have to design a completely different way of living. Um, a lot of that is doing what you love. If you do what you love, some way you'll find a way of making a living at it. And unfortunately, in making the shift to changing our economic system to something completely different, um, if we all worked, if we all did what we love doing, our economic system, the way we function between each other, will sustain ourselves. We won't have a problem. You know, neighbors will be looking after neighbors. The faster we can all do this, the less people lose their homes. You should be able to jump into a solution fairly quickly if we all did what we love. There's some people that love carpentry work, and if you need something done, then you do that. Somebody may have an empty place. I mean, a lot of these houses have to be empty. Mind you, I can tell you how to beat a court case too. So if anybody's even attempting to take your home away, this may be some legal information that may help you not lose your home. So maybe represent yourself and put up the fight because they're stealing from you. And you now have the information to prove somebody's stealing from you, and you can countersue them. And basically, I don't know. It's information that you play with it. You see what you want to do with this information. 10 minutes is up. I'll have to do another.